everyone, and happy time zones. It's your bird, Avon the Raven, and welcome back to my first playthrough of Dragon's Dogma 2. Unmoored World, huh? Let's go talk to that Isaac guy. And of course, Manella.
Still, I am uneasy. Oh, what does this say?
Oh, Farrell.
Let's have a look then.
Hey, Farrell. I wish to talk to my pawn. Get back here.
Have I incurred your wrath in some respect, Master?
We talk. I'm trying to talk to you, Farrell. Why must you do this?
I happen to understand Elvish, Master. I expect you'll find my talents useful. What has become of the world? What?
Okay.
I am attentive and loyal, and prefer to remain by your side. During my time with Lord Phasis, I found myself in a strange state of being.
Could you elaborate?
What this pawn might do for you? What has become of the world? I'll serve with redoubled vigor this day. The flow of time feels almost
Okay.
unsteady. If I learn of a matter that requires your attention, the clouds have already swallowed so much of this. How might I serve you, Arisen? The so-called Forbidden Magic Research Lab appears to have... Pray, have patience with me, Master. By and large, the people of Bagbatal seem to...
Okay, yeah. You know, I really should check out the barber. Just to see if it does have different hairstyles than what I started with.
Look as long as you please.
I'll be taking that.
Do come again.
Our packs are heavier, and our purses far lighter. We've a journey to prepare for after all. We can't afford to cut corners.
Aha!
Say, are you You wish to shine like a jewel among your peers, is that not so? Well, lucky you. I am here to see your wish granted.
Farrell. Doesn't look like there's anything new here. And no bright reds either. Huh. It feels kind of... I guess we'll give you this one. If we're gonna change anything.
Why, I hardly recognize you.
Not that it really matters, because Farrell wears a helmet all the time.
I've nothing to share at present. Bitter glares dog our steps wherever we
Okay, is there anything we could do regarding that? Is my question. I'm gonna go take one more day of resting just to set an in save, because why not? And then let's go to Sacred Arbor, because I did not go to Sacred Arbor when I died.
We must rest.
Is it though? Farrell, how do you know if the sun is up at all? Oh. Okay. Thank you, people. Thank you, Emeritus, Mindy, and Semi.
I return safe and sound.
Now we've the vim to tackle the day ahead.
And then
Much to be getting on with.
Ready to forge on?
we move onwards. Anyway. I am definitely worried about Arbor.
We've made it then. What's our first order of business, Arisen?
Oh, there's a permanent port crystal here now. Or perhaps there was the entire time and I just didn't realize it?
We need not words to show our intentions. The elves may come to trust us if we prove ourselves indeed.
The elves are a people worth befriending if we can but find a way to soften their hearts.
Let me... And then we have this crashing down from the sky, and I just need to... What the actual fuck? No.
Peril posed by that dragon far exceeds that of other monsters. We must face our inclination, however fearsome it may be.
Okay, did they make an update so that you couldn't hold it down for as long as I had been holding it down for? Or is it something to do with this enemy specifically? I don't know how I was actually supposed to deal with that is the problem.
The elves of the Arbor have long treasured these woods. It would sadden them to see it defiled by this creature.
Okay, where are you? Oh my! And this is why I rested before I came here. Is it gonna make me go through this cutscene every single time? It's interesting that you can start from the beginning of Unmoored World, actually. Like, what's the purpose of that? Alright. Out we go. I'm not gonna bother with Martyr's Bolt this time for that one, because there's something weird about its hitboxes.
We seem to have arrived without issue. But are we safe here?
Alright. Actually, the one time I will use Martyr's Bolt is when it does that weird charge thing, because I'm not sure what's gonna happen with that. But every other time I'm just gonna stick with normal shots.
That dragon looked to be far more powerful than anyone's getting out. We must challenge and defeat it all the same.
We're facing a different kind of worm today. Is this thing's health bar segmented?
Elves of the Arbor have long treasured these woods. It would sadden them to see it defiled by this creature.
Okay. That should get that down. I don't know what that does, but I get the feeling it's a screen wipe. How did I not get hit? Okay. Oh, I get it. So it's bright skin. This is the most ridiculous way to dodge, but it worked. Wait, where's our healer? When did we lose our healer? Like, actually, when did we lose our healer? Oh my! The fact that that worked. Nice try. Like, actually, nice fucking try. Okay, normally I would say...
At least for the time being.
Normally I would say that maybe you should stay away from anything particularly overpowered in games, but this is like the one case where maybe a new player should go for Magic Archer. Because I don't know how you're supposed to deal with that potential screen wipe otherwise. Where's the inn? Cross the road. Bridge.
I fear for the arbor. My friend, how glad I am to see you yet live. When word reached me of your uncanny disappearance, I admit I feared the worst.
I took care of the big pillar in the sky.
What has become of this world? Our people fear for the future. We cannot be sure we will be safe here. Yet this place is all we know. All we have.
Everyone is in despair over what has become of their world. Would that we can grant them hope somehow.
Perhaps they might be guided towards...
Elelote and fear and osto silfa malantha alecano mine infer.
We must rest, though the sun is still...
I am at half health. Okay. I'm on a time limit. Good to know. What, already? Oh, wait.
I witnessed a stunning... Now we've the vim to tackle the day ahead. Come, we've much to be getting on with.
Okay, so... Oh, one of the things disappeared. That actually is terrible. If this one decides to go nuclear... Alright, we're heading to Harv.
Here we go again.
I might have to use a wake stone.
Just fight or die. Violin.
You're soaked. Do try not to catch cold.
All is well. I feel as fit as ever. You need not rest on my account, Master. I've never felt more alive.
Okay. I'll need to go get another healer.
I've a wellspring of strength that shall never run dry.
I will at some point need to go get another healer. But I also need to make sure that doesn't destroy Vermund. Or Vernworth specifically. And actually, is the checkpoint rest town okay? Yes, okay. That's a relief.
Battle is best avoided here.
Yeah, I don't intend on getting involved with that Drake over there. Actually, hang on. You are a mage.
I happen to understand Elvish, Master. I expect you'll find my talents useful should we encounter another speaker. 'Twill be an honor to serve by your side.
Could you heal Farrell? Actually, wait, I can heal. That was honestly fortuitous.
I will protect you.
Nothing to loot. I am actually gonna tackle everything on my way there this time. Die. Adam.
Ort felt under these never breathed its last.
Okay, scrap iron acquired. Adam, get over here.
Act of my own accord.
Ah, crap. That's not good. I need to find someone I can dismiss Adam for.
Falter not, and our foe shall soon be vanquished. The battle rages on. Do not let down the guard. I shan't let them harm you.
Okay, so I might be dealing with my first account of pawn sickness.
These fiends are only truly defeated when their skulls are smashed beyond repair. Spectres! Holy attacks will serve us well here.
I don't have a holy attack, I don't think, but... Right, Dullahan. Fuck. Leave Farrell alone. Leave my pawn alone. Well, actually, don't leave her alone because she's the tank. But don't go grabbing her. Die. Cool, down to the last 2 health bars. Leave, or well, don't go picking up Farrell.
I've just had a thought. Have you always pursued your current vocation over? I am attentive and loyal, and prefer.
I've a modest talent for spotting materials that can be used to enhance your... What has become of the world? I've nothing to share at present. The red clouds are suffused with ill intent.
Okay, so maybe not.
I happen to understand Elvish, Master. What has become of the world? Pray, call upon me again another time. During my time with Lord Phases, I found myself in a...
Okay, then. They don't sound that... Oh, wait, hang on. Okay, we're nearing... We're nearing the tower I died in
Well said.
last week.
You needn't command me at every turn. I know what to do.
That was incredible. Never have I encountered such a strategy.
Farrell.
Really? Prepare yourself.
Okay, I might need to have Farrell and Adam spend some time in the rift.
I will protect you.
Because it sounds like someone got my pawn sick. Well, my pawn and Adam's sick.
Dare I say it? We trounced our foe, well and true. We mustn't allow ourselves to become victims. We are under attack.
Items, use. And then we're gonna go back to Bakbatal. And we're going to take a quick peek
We've made it then. What's our first order of business, Arisen?
at Farrell's appearance. She looks normal.
Pray, have patience with me, Master. I've shared all I know.
I think you're the problem, so we're just gonna send you back like this.
'Tis a pity we must part after sharing such a journey. Let the world go up in... I know of nothing that demands your immediate notice. The world as it once was is long gone.
Farrell doesn't look abnormal. So let's go down here. Oh! Thank you for the lurk, Doppel. I need... the Bakbatal Rift Stone. And I need a warrior. I'll take you, I guess.
Should you need to communicate in Elvish, pray call upon me. I would be hard, but I see you're busy to found someone to handle our busy work.
A troubling rumor has reached my ears, and methinks I ought to share it. It is said there is an illness fools can contract beyond the rift that inflicts unspeakable harm on those around them. As it progresses, the pawn gradually loses all self-control, and in time will even cease to heed the Arisen's commands. How terrible. We shall have to be alert for signs of the sickness among our number.
Farrell, that did not... Okay, I'm paranoid. Honestly, I'm a little paranoid, because that does... There are some red flags with Farrell here, but... Let's hope this doesn't screw me over.
Shall we get some rest then?
Agamemnon Ruins, that's never good. I'm assuming this means that that hot spring place is gone, but there's nothing I can do about that. Yeah. Okay, that's why they give you the opportunity to start over. Really, there's one here now, but I wasn't able to go. Whatever. Wasn't able to fast travel there before, but now I can. I mean, one way to keep it from summoning things is to just hit it with too many. Die. Feral. Hey. What is going on with that skeleton? Get down here. Pretty sure this thing's dead. Whaling crystals, okay.
I'll pick that up. We might have need of it.
Do. I'll be taking this. There isn't a point in saving normally.
shan't let them pass.
Good. Okay, good, Farrell.
You would have us press on without delay. By your will, Arisen.
Oh, wait, hang on.
Be Arisen's judgment. I quite agree.
I'm just trying to not have another town get nuked. I've already fucked up with one. Probably two, actually. Actually, yeah, I think I've messed up with two. Alright. Can your horn just be consistently attacked, or are you like Wormy from earlier?
Time has come to send this veiled beast back whence it came.
I see it answer for every last innocent life made.
What are you doing? You're like Wormy.
Over here.
Yeah, I just really need you gone. So, Unmoored World gives you time limits to deal with shit.
I will protect you.
This thing looks kind of like a griffin.
The people seek solace by any means, even if they must lay the blame for their situation at the Origin's feet.
Never mind. Our master will do what is right, regardless of what the bad thing.
Farrell, it is okay to hold me accountable for stupid shit, you know. Like, I appreciate that you've got my back regardless, but at the same time...
Feast your eyes on this.
You do need to hold me accountable for some things. I actually have to wonder.
Strike hard enough. We might not have to do this twice.
Strike fast and true, and our quarry shall fall. Of course.
I might actually use a wake stone here. Because I don't want to have to reclimb this tower.
My curative magics are at your disposal.
What?
Point right there.
This looks epic, but at the same time, what? Okay, looks like the spell got undone. I shouldn't have Martyr's bolted. I really should not have used Martyr's Bolt. Ah, girl! We're down to 3 health bars, it looks like, or... oh my. I don't like using wake stones at this point, but... I am actually kind of terrified of Vernworth Fallen here. Yeah, okay, definitely don't Martyr's Bolt against these things. Because they have temporary hitboxes. I probably should not have tested that, or used a wake stone just to test that, but whatever. Yeah. I probably should have been a little more cautious with the volcanic island. But I forgot that there were actual settlements over there. Callous as that sounds.
Allow me. Looked right there.
Can I land a fucking hit?
You are not alone.
Give me a written. I shall see to it this battle is held.
Okay, Bear and Feral are just off. Okay, I don't know who got the last shot there, but thank you.
The creature is gone. Let us revel in the knowledge that this region has escaped its destruction.
Okay. And that's all the pillars I can do anything about. I managed to save Bakbatal, Vernworth. Are you serious? I didn't pick up the one or the port crystal I put down? What? Fuck!
I see you do not relent. Your persistence is most intriguing. What is it that impels you? Alas, would that the world had not come to this. For I am certain that your tale would have been a glorious one. Yet, it was not to be. You need only cast your gaze upward to close the futility of your defiance.
So you say?
Ah, look. There are rare materials yonder, just waiting to be harvested.
Well spotted. Shall we see what we can find? Power surges within me.
I feel like I should find a campsite and go there and avoid resting at towns. Where can I find a good campsite? It's like one that's kind of near a port crystal, so I don't have to run too far. I think that one might be the best. Which would be Vernworth, and then I cross the bridge. Oh! Thank you for the redeem, Doppel.
And here we are, in the blink of an eye. Shall we take stock of our surroundings?
I happen to understand Elvish, Master. I expect you'll find my talents useful.
Okay, again, you don't look atypical.
Tell is, Vermin was once the Beastren Kingdom.
I probably It should be safe to rest. I'm not gonna risk it though. Buy something from you.
So, might as well take a look. While you're here, many thanks.
Actually, hang on.
While you're here, many thanks.
I should go to the Seafloor Shrine directly. Because I'm worried. They wouldn't have shown the portal if they weren't giving me a freaking time limit.
No longer do I feel the probing gaze of the watching one. Is this your doing?
Yes, that was the guy.
I am he who rolled the dragon blow, and all its foes raised the proud kingdom. Despite the magnitude of my fate, I was dissatisfied and sought ere greater heights, till at last I ruled the world entire. Thus did I come to know of the Watching One, the being by whose many eyes and ears no one or thing in this world goes unobserved. As to the purpose with which they watch, I know not, yet I did divine one thing. This world has lain neath the Watching One's umbrella.
It's that Pathfinder dude.
Ere the dawn of its history. I despaired at this discovery. If all was stage, did that not render my eyes, my throne astride the world, mere spectacles for the all-seeing eye to watch?
Why is there that one random pawn in the background?
Was a farce, and I, the fool, exulting in my wooden crown. Do you understand, newest of the arisen? This is why I sought to fell the Watching One. Alas, though I cut down all who seemed false, be they man or woman, human or beast, young or old, I did not succeed. Indeed, my efforts led only to my own ruin. I was dubbed the Mad Sovereign, and by the hand of the new arisen, consigned to this place forevermore. Yes, I can only assume that you have achieved what I could not. How else to explain the changes I sense in the world? Ah, what bitter gall that I cannot witness the outcome for myself.
I made him proud. Let's go.
Ought I not used to be risen? For your path is just, and fading spirit though I am.
I see you have returned, Arisen One.
You!
The Mad Sovereign has called, and so we answer.
Okay.
If you would save the people of this world from ruin, lead them here, for this place may chance to escape the coming destruction.
I imagine the people of this world will welcome the tidings that there is a place of refuge awaiting them. Right you are.
Okay, cool. Let's put away everything rotten. These. I might regret this, but let's...
We must rest.
Okay.
There is not more you can achieve here, Elsa. The time for resistance is past.
What are you doing here?
You may entrust the defense of this sanctuary to us.
Were you his pawn?
Since times of Elden, Dragon, remember, draconic blood flows through.
Okay.
Veins of lesson. Drinks, then I bid ye farewell.
What are you?
Blinking my smile tells me we've little time left to it.
Have I messed up? What? What did I just do? Why is Feral... What happened to Feral? What did I just do?
Times see worlds uncountable created, only to be snuffed out like candles by the cold breath of oblivion. Eventually, the Great Will tired of busyness.
The Great Will.
To overturn oblivion by granting unto it a home, a duty, an identity. I speak of the dragon. By the Great Will does the dragon create a cycle, allowing it to forestall the end of this world time and time again. Yes, Arisen, this world has been saved
I feel like I might have messed up.
This is the true meaning of the Dragon's Law. Once, everyone in this world had a role to play. For a well-crafted tale has no excess. There must be a reason for each character's inclusion. Yet, this means that should even one of these characters stray from their assigned role, the tale entire will unravel. And if it does, their world will end. Such is the choice you have made, Prison. I reject you. All others have the chance to fulfill the roles they have signed. Pawns are no exception. All pawns then grants the role of aiding in perpetuation of the cycle. Yet, bereft of the dragon, that role has been abolished.
I just keep getting closer, interrupting the guy. Way to go, Feral.
Clear to me now, Arisen. I am no longer a mere vessel. Your great will has imbued me with the lesser will of my own. Will is power. 'Tis the means to shape the world as one desires.
Feral had better be okay.
Oblivion fades. This tale's end has been unwritten. My heart, it aches.
I have questions.
A new world comes. A new tale is set to unfold. Yet, it seems I will not be there to watch it.
Okay. I was expecting a boss fight. What? The rebuilding of Melv. A new tree planted in Arbor. Streets of Bakbatal. Wait, what? Did you leave the brothel? Manila and the Empress. Manila again. Oh wait, is that because she's my beloved? Okay, Manila. 2 Nadinia. 3 Sigurd, okay. Liz, Rachel, and Fiona. Yeah, that makes sense. I had them with me for a while. Farrell. Is that 237 in-game days? Actually, it would have to be. So apparently I ended the game. This... I would have liked an indicator that was going to happen. I thought I was going to have to just fight off another dragon. I thought I was getting into another boss fight. Alright, I got a trophy called Closure. Let's see here. Okay, I can't see it from here, not with the credits rolling. I'll check that later. I probably should have looked up what the endgame trigger was. Because that was a little anticlimactic. Funny though. That is actually kind of funny. Alright, let's go fight this dragon so I can secure a base. Proceeds to get the last cutscene in the game. The fact that happened. Alright. Well done, game, you got me. You certainly got me. I'm kind of surprised Ulrika didn't show up on there, honestly, considering how much the game was pushing her towards us. Although I do have to wonder if there's a post-credits scene, because, like, what happened to Maya Risen and what happened to Farrell? Like, actually, what happened to Farrell? Shoot, what are my thoughts regarding this game? It is definitely a good game, worth playing if you want this kind of thing. Unmoored World definitely ups the difficulty. Although, with how quick... I have to wonder how that would go. It feels like you'd only have a week in Unmoored World. Because I got jump scared by the end there, and every time I ended up resting too long, a city got destroyed. Or not a city, a town. Oh, hey, post-credit scene. That's the old man from Harv. They just show us the old man for some reason. Okay. 51 hours, 45 minutes, 5 seconds. I used a total of 17 wake stones, and 6 of them were on other people. I used more than half the wake stones I used on myself on other people. That's hilarious. Died 16 times. That is quite the track record of kills. Alright, so my thoughts on Dragon's Dogma 2. It is a good game. There are obviously things that I think should have been changed. I went over most of my initial gripes at the beginning. And if you've made it this far, you probably already know about them, so I'm not going to go over them here. Or actually, I probably should. I think the biggest one that I'm thinking of right... Shoot, my mind is blank. I got blindsided, and now my mind is completely blank. The big one that shows up in my brain is that there wasn't really an indicator that I was going to be walking into the final cutscene. And I think there should have been an actual fight to end it off. Considering this is an action-adventure RPG. I also would very much like to know if Farrell had ended up getting that dragon sickness. because she wasn't acting like her usual self. There were some very, very concerning statements made there. Regarding the difficulty, because I actually got a lot of comments on some of my shorts, or clips. They're called clips on here, but they were shorts on YouTube, and YouTube is where I got the comments, about how Magic Archer is just too overpowered to be fun. And while for the base game, I would honestly agree for the most part. Why do you think it's unlocked late game? For Unmoored World, I would definitely recommend new players to go with Magic Archer. Because so many of them... the enemies in Unmoored World have those fluctuating hitboxes, which is absolutely ridiculous. And that really reduces the effectiveness of Martyr's Bolt, which is what people were complaining about. Although they might be thinking about it for New Game Plus, I definitely would actually recommend Magic Archer for new players on Unmoored World. Because it's going to be a lot more difficult for a new player that's, say, a fighter, to deal with the snake, for instance. They're going to be going for the giant shiny crystal up on the forehead and then not hitting, and they won't actually be able to visualize the hitbox because the only vocation that actually allows you to outright visualize the hitboxes through a lock-on mechanic is Magic Archer. Mystic Spearhand, I think, is the more ridiculously overpowered vocation. Unless you know exactly where you're going for this specifically, you are not going to run into Magic Archer early on. Mystic Spearhand, however, you can stumble upon Sigurd in Melve. And I think that's where I stumbled upon him, and so I went through like half the game with Mystic Spearhand. And the ability to just completely make yourself immune to damage is ridiculous. That pretty much completely eliminates the risk of dying. So on the overpowered front, I'd say not being able to die to anything other than fall damage is a much bigger deal in terms of being overpowered than being able to nuke something at the cost of most of your health bar. Especially when the nuke at the cost of most of the health bar doesn't even properly work on the major enemies in Unmoored World. But hey, that's just my 2 cents. I can definitely see why pawns don't get to cross-class. Alright, so what did I like and dislike about this game? I like the combat. That no surprise there. The combat in the original was fun, and they actually did overhaul that and the crafting system, which I do enjoy. The crafting system in the original was kind of basic. I like the crafting overhaul. The carry weight thing was a little confusing to me. In the original, it was decided entirely by your body type, but it doesn't seem that it did in this. I don't think body type impacted my carry weight much. It was mostly the bugs. And trying to get Feral to use the bugs was confusing for me as well. So that's both a like and a dislike. Like, I like that you can make smaller characters eventually able to keep up with bigger characters, but the system is incredibly confusing. I like that they seem to have overhauled the Beloved system a little bit, so that it was not just a random shopkeeper or child. Very, very glad that there was no child on my list there, and apparently it's not even possible for a child to become Beloved in this, and that is great. That is definitely great. They should go back and fix that in the first one. Again, I wish that they'd given us more quests, honestly. Like, this is a huge game, and the quests that they did give us took a while, but I wish there was more than just escort quests. So I wish we had more go here and do some objective quest than just, hey, this random person has shown up at your house, take them with you to go places thing. That escort quests in the Dragon's Dogma games are not as bad as escort quests in other games. I have had escort quests in other games that really suck. Once you know what you're doing in the original Dragon's Dogma, you can literally just go, place a port crystal, come back, and fairy stone where you want to go. If you get the Dark Arisen expansion, you get an eternal fairy stone, so you never have to worry about running out of those. You can literally just plop down a port crystal, fairy stone, pick your port crystal back up, fairy stone back. That simple in the first one. And with this one, while it is a little more difficult due to the fact that you don't have the eternal fairy stone, especially if you're playing Mystic Spearhand like I was, it is not that likely that you're going to wind up with your escort just dying on you mid-quest. Or, well, the person you're escorting dying on you mid-quest. The escortee, as it were. There also seemed to be much less quests in Batal than in Vermund, although that might have to do with the fact that I used the ropeways. If I hadn't used the ropeways for Batal as much, which the ropeways were cool, I should have explored the desert more. Like, I could see some really cool stuff. And again, when I get to explore a proper desert level, I am one happy bird. But I did a bit of exploring at the beginning and then got sidetracked by quests. And honestly, that is a complaint I have with both Dragon's Dogma games. You give us these worlds and expect us to explore, but the quests, by the time we're done with the quests, we don't really want to. Or at least, I don't. I wish there was a Bitter Black Isle style thing here too, because I liked Bitter Black in the first game. Granted, I've yet to actually finish Bitter Black in the first game, because I keep going back to Dragon's Dogma 1, getting to or past Grigori, and then going to Bitter Black, going into Bitter Black, getting down, at the very least, past that Gazer boss, and then I get bored, or not bored, I get sidetracked. And then when I come back to Dragon's Dogma 1 later, decide that I should start a new character because I've been gone for months, and then proceed to build the exact same character, and the process repeats. I don't know if that is in Mark 4 or against the first game, but that's what keeps happening. This one I definitely branched out a lot more than I did in the first one. One moment. I'll continue my analysis, or my talking about this game and analysis in a little bit. I need the bathroom. I see Doppel has dropped another here in the chat. So anyway, I would definitely have preferred more quest variety. At least I think that's what I was talking about before I left to the bathroom. What changes did they make that I think were bad, and what do I think they should have changed that they didn't? Changes I didn't like. I don't like the fact that, like, the combat overhaul was nice, but at the same time, I liked the variety we could have in the original. Unless you were playing a warrior, you had 2 pages of skills that you could use. They simplified it down to 1, which does streamline combat, don't get me wrong. But it also makes it slightly less engaging. So I suppose the combat situation is which style do you like more? Do you like having more variety, or for it to run smoother? I don't like how I don't like the triggers. I don't know what triggers certain things, and you're not told what triggers certain things. Remember that one quest that one random person dying just completely blocked? That also happens, which I'm not a fan of. But... oh well. I should have gone and explored more of Unmoored World before interacting with that final pillar of light. I genuinely thought that final pillar of light was just going to be another, like, we clear this out so that we get access to this place as a base type thing. But nope. That just completely ends the game on ya. I feel like an idiot for that one. Again, that comes back to the triggers. I would like a little more warning as to what I'm getting myself into. Like, even Dark Souls had better triggers. Had better trigger, explanation. Because once you got the 4 Lord Souls, like, you were flat out told, there is no coming back from this. Dark Souls 2, similarly. Dark Souls 3, same thing. Elden Ring makes you go through a whole prompt before it lets you access Farum Azula. Which that one could be a little more clear because it completely nukes Lanedell. But yeah, just something to indicate that I was going to be getting myself into the, like, just completely ending Unmoored World would have been nice. And a couple of the other main quests had similar things, like with the Guardian Gigantes. I never even actually fought that, but looking at the trophy list, there is a trophy for fighting it and killing it quickly. So if you take too long, it just completely... you just miss a boss fight, apparently. What else was there? That I did not like. I know there was other things I didn't like, but I can't think of them off the top of my head. Or, well, changes they made that I didn't like, but I can't think of them off the top of my head right now. Anyway, what changes do I think they should have made that they didn't? Honestly, the lantern thing. The lanterns last about the same amount of time as they did in the original, which is fine, but in the original, you didn't have campsites or anything. So if you were, especially if you were traversing Bitterblack, you were going to run out of oil sooner or later, regardless of how slow that drained. In this game, I think I ran out of oil once between... There's just so many ways to set the time back to day. There are just so many ways to change time back to being day that it doesn't really matter. The lantern is far less important. I think they should have changed either how quickly that drained or just made night a little brighter, since it doesn't really matter anyway. Like, they should have done something to alter the lantern so that the oil mechanic was actually used. It's a bit of a nitpick, I'm sure, but still. The gift-giving menu also should have been changed, because that... Like, why is it a button prompt to interrupt instead of waiting for people to finish what they're saying? Like, you should have had a small menu, give gift, talk further, leave. That would have been a nice quality of life thing. And it really is quality of life stuff that I think they should have changed. Oh, wait, more changes I think they shouldn't have done. There is no point to curatives. Like, curatives in the first game were so much better than curatives, or than healing magic, because anodyne would not heal the loss gauge, whereas curatives would. I think that was a stupid change. Why would they do that? And I also, again, think that splitting Strider into Archer and Thief was stupid. Part of the reason Strider worked as a vocation was because you had a melee option. A lot of the issues I have are technically nitpicks, and some are kind of bugs, or just game design flaws. Most are nitpicks, but I think the lack of trigger notifications is certainly a design flaw. But overall, I would not recommend this game to anyone, but to somebody who's looking for a party-based action-adventure RPG, this is a game that, or with a decent amount of difficulty, because this isn't exactly an easy game, I would actually recommend this to them. Anyway, let's see what it does when I return to title. Okay. Okay. So it flat out says you're either going into New Game Plus or... Okay. I honestly, if I come back, or not if, when I come back to this game, it's going to be for challenge runs, so I will probably end up starting a new game entirely. With that in mind, if you want to take Feral with you on an adventure, do so now. I'll probably end up making a new pawn as well when I do that. We shall see. Okay, what am I have 1 hour left on the clock here. So what are we doing? I could just do the restart game and see how well that turns out. I'd probably end up nuking that Medusa, actually. But I think the analysis is a good spot to leave it, actually. And I can't exactly redo everything. Alright, what are we doing next week? Because it looks like I'm going to be starting a new playthrough next week. And with 4 votes, it looks like Bayonetta is the winner. With 2 votes out of 4. The other 2 options only had 1 vote each. But I'm going to call it here for today. I can't exactly swap games in the middle of stream because I'm streaming directly from the PS5, and loading up for an hour, or less than an hour even, or an hour or less of stream is sad. Especially if it's just filler. So I'm going to call it here. If you're interested in anything I've done up until this point, you can check out my YouTube channel. I try to upload stuff same day, and I group my runs by playlist so they're easier to find. There also was a poll on YouTube, or well, there is a poll on YouTube. You can still vote if you want, but it's not going to change anything. For what I'll be playing after this, and it looks like Bayonetta has won, so we're going to be playing Bayonetta next week. If you're interested in seeing my announcements, I post them to my stories here on Twitch, to YouTube, and currently also to Instagram. If you would like to see my clips in an easier fashion, I post them to YouTube, currently to TikTok, and currently to Instagram. The links to all of that are in the chat now, though I cannot blame you if you do not want to check out any of that. Specifically TikTok and Instagram. I know there's a lot of shit going on with those. I just have them for advertising purposes. If you've made it this far and are curious to see where I go from here, why not drop a follow? It takes but 1 button press, and you can always change your mind if you decide my content isn't for you. Tomorrow, I was actually going to do stream tomorrow, but since we finished Dragon's Dogma 2, I think I'm actually going to take that off instead of doing filler, because we have a collab tomorrow on a joint channel, Cosmic Bonfire. Which, there's the link to Cosmic Bonfire if you want to go check that out. It'll be roughly a half hour from now tomorrow when we start. I was honestly considering doing a shorter stream tomorrow and then raiding into Cosmic Bonfire, but that's clearly not going to happen. But that's not going to happen with Dragon's Dogma 2, and filler into a collab just feels weird, so we're just going to cancel tomorrow's stream. Monday and Tuesday, it's back to Elden Ring. I have to try as hard as I can to get past... Well, to get strong enough to deal with either Moog or Fire Giant. Those are the two big blocks. I would honestly really like to take out Star Scourge Radahn. I think Radahn is the most reasonable next step, actually. Wednesday, it's back to Lords of the Fallen with Karato. We will be heading into the castle. On New Game Plus, of course. And next Thursday and Friday, I will be starting Bayonetta. So, tune in if you're interested in that. One moment. I am sorely tempted to raid the test that the others on Cosmic Bonfire have going right now. But I'll be good and raid Punkosi instead. They're playing Minecraft. So stay tuned if you're interested in that. Sometimes the desire to troll hurts. Again, no stream tomorrow. I will be on Cosmic Bonfire, however, if you would like to see that. That said, happy time. Or we'll be playing D&D, although it will be a session 0. That said, happy time zones, everyone. And I hope you all have an excellent day.